The royal family thought the Harry disaster had already reached its breaking point until one phone call changed absolutely everything. Not a public statement, not a Netflix interview, not another emotional documentary scene filmed inside a California mansion. A private call. One late-night conversation between Prince Harry and the one royal nobody expected him to trust anymore, Princess Anne. And according to Palace Whispers, what Harry allegedly confessed during that call left Anne completely stunned, because for the first time since walking away from the monarchy, Harry reportedly sounded like a man who knew he had made the biggest mistake of his life.
Allegedly, Harry's somewhere else in New York, gone missing. Why is Meghan Markle always showing pictures, old pictures?
Harry wants out! As Meghan Markle once again publicises her private life for clicks, for headlines and for money, it's abundantly clear that he's restless and emotionally unsettled.
This is a brutal snub. This is a wild slap in the face. Harry will be devastated. It's a royal cancellation.
Two people who sources describe as wildly unhappy with goals that have quietly diverged in ways that may be impossible to reconcile.
Meghan will not let go. She will not countenance any idea of a split. And of course, what Meghan wants, Meghan gets.
Because his brother is a non-person. He's gone beyond level 10 of anger up to level 11, where he just imagines the guy doesn't exist in the world.
They're all waiting for the divorce, and there was rumours that there was some sort of a deal being done behind the scenes for the divorce book if it ever happens. Nobody ever came out and sued or denied that very strongly.
If I was a betting woman, I'd bet on one.
Because this story did not begin inside Buckingham Palace. It began thousands of miles away in Montecito, inside that massive mansion that once looked like the ultimate revenge fantasy against the royal family. The dream home, the Freedom Palace, the symbol of Harry and Meghan finally winning. But now, insiders keep describing it the same way. Quiet, tense, separate lives under the same roof. And the timing of everything suddenly started making people uncomfortable. Meghan posting nostalgic anniversary photos while Harry was nowhere near her. Harry appearing alone more frequently. Meghan pushing glamorous lifestyle branding harder than ever, while Harry looked exhausted, emotionally disconnected, and strangely absent from her carefully curated public image. People noticed it. The palace noticed it. But according to insiders, Princess Anne noticed something else entirely.
So 2018, the fairy tale launch, Windsor wedding, May the 19th, St. George's Chapel, huge global event, a modern royal image, celebrity guest list, gospel choir, Bishop Michael Curry. It was a lovely wedding, watched by millions around the world. It's interesting that Meghan posts a picture of Elton singing at their wedding. Where's Elton these days? Absent without leave.
Because Anne has always been different from the rest of the royals. No drama, no emotional interviews, no Hollywood games. She is feared inside palace walls for one reason: she sees through people quickly and she rarely forgives weakness. Which is why nobody could understand why Harry suddenly reached out to her privately after years of distance. Not Charles, not William. Anne, the same Anne who reportedly never approved of the Sussex exit strategy from the beginning. The same Anne who allegedly warned Harry years ago that royal life could survive scandal but not betrayal. And now suddenly Harry was on the phone with her for nearly an hour while Meghan was reportedly nowhere involved in the conversation. The rumors exploded after royal insiders quietly leaked that Anne's entire demeanor changed after the call. One palace source described her as deeply concerned. Another claimed she immediately requested updates about Harry's UK security situation again after months of silence on the issue. But it was the alleged content of the conversation that truly detonated this entire situation behind palace doors. Because according to multiple whispers floating through royal circles, Harry allegedly admitted something during that call that Meghan never wanted the royal family to hear. He misses his old life far more than he ever admitted publicly.
Where are the flowers, Meghan, that Harry should have sent you for your 8th wedding anniversary? Nothing. She doesn't post any of that because Harry hasn't sent her any flowers. Why isn't Meghan celebrating it with him? And now she wants us to believe that they're happily married.
And suddenly, all those strange little details from the past few months started connecting together like pieces of a much darker puzzle. Harry spotted alone at private restaurants. Harry extending trips away from California. Harry quietly reconnecting with old UK friends without media attention. Harry allegedly asking questions about charities connected to his old royal network again. It was subtle, tiny cracks. But Anne reportedly understood immediately what it meant because she knows something the public forgets. Harry was never built for celebrity life. William was trained to survive the institution. Harry survived through family, military structure, and royal routine. Strip all that away, and what remains? A man floating between worlds, belonging fully to neither. And insiders now claim Anne confronted Harry directly during that call. Not gently, not emotionally, brutally. She allegedly asked him whether he even recognized his own life anymore. And according to whispers leaking from royal circles, there was a long silence before Harry answered. That silence alone reportedly told Anne everything. Meanwhile, Meghan, according to gossip surrounding the situation, allegedly had no idea how serious this conversation became until afterward. And this is where the panic allegedly started. Because the moment Anne became involved, this stopped being family gossip and started becoming palace strategy. Anne is not emotional support. Anne is crisis management. If she is suddenly taking Harry seriously again after years of distance, then something behind the scenes may have shifted dramatically.
Princess Charlotte turned 11 on the 2nd of May and a new photograph was released to mark the occasion. Anything stand out to you in this picture, Rebecca?
Well, the fact that she's just growing up so quickly. I also loved her nail varnish as well. You know, she's at an age in the school holidays where they're experimenting with things like that before they have to take it all off, back off before they go back to school and get into trouble.
Now here is where the story becomes explosive, because according to insiders, Anne allegedly warned Harry that time is running out faster than he realizes. King Charles is battling health issues. William's patience is completely gone. The monarchy is already quietly planning its future structure. And if Harry truly wants any path back into family discussions, even privately, certain people inside the institution believe it has to happen before William eventually becomes king. Because once William takes the throne, multiple insiders believe the door closes permanently. And if that was truly what Harry confessed to Princess Anne, then suddenly the entire royal crisis surrounding Meghan Markle starts looking very different. Because this is no longer just about public image or tabloid headlines. This is about a man who may finally be realizing that the life he burned everything down for is emotionally collapsing around him in slow motion. And according to palace whispers, Anne did not comfort him when he allegedly admitted that. She challenged him, because Anne reportedly reminded Harry of something nobody else in the family has dared say directly to him in years, that every decision he made after leaving Britain came with consequences he refused to face at the time. The interviews, the documentaries, the accusations, the books, the public attacks against William, Catherine, Camilla, even Charles himself. Anne allegedly told him that the royal family could survive embarrassment, scandals, even public hatred. But what they could never fully recover from was betrayal broadcast to the world for profit. And insiders claim Harry went completely quiet again after hearing that. Now imagine the psychological pressure surrounding that moment. Harry sitting in California, reportedly isolated from the very world he once belonged to, hearing Princess Anne, one of the toughest and most respected royals alive, essentially telling him that the bridge home may already be burning behind him permanently, because this is the detail making insiders nervous right now. Anne reportedly did not promise reconciliation. She did not promise William would forgive him. In fact, according to whispers, she allegedly made it painfully clear that William's anger has evolved into something colder and far more dangerous: indifference. And people inside palace walls keep repeating the same chilling phrase. William no longer sees Harry as part of the future structure of the monarchy. That changes everything, because while Charles still allegedly carries emotional guilt as a father, William is thinking institutionally now, strategically, long-term. To William, every scandal attached to Harry and Meghan is no longer personal drama. It is risk management for the crown itself. And according to insiders, Anne understands William better than almost anyone alive, which is why her reported advice to Harry allegedly became brutally practical. Stop chasing celebrity validation. Stop trying to win public sympathy wars. Stop turning every private wound into content. And most importantly, stop believing Hollywood will protect him forever once the royal connection fades. That last part reportedly hit Harry harder than anything else said during the conversation, because behind the glamorous Montecito image, the whispers surrounding Harry and Meghan's financial and social standing have become uglier recently. Netflix rumors, failed projects, Hollywood distancing itself quietly, invitations disappearing, powerful celebrity allies becoming strangely absent, and insiders claim Harry allegedly admitted during the call that he feels exhausted by the constant performance of maintaining the the brand, not the marriage, the brand. Think about how devastating that wording supposedly is. And according to gossip surrounding the aftermath of this conversation, Meghan allegedly sensed immediately that something had changed emotionally inside Harry afterward. Sources claim he became quieter, more withdrawn, more reflective. One insider even alleged that Meghan became furious after learning Anne had encouraged Harry to spend more time back in Britain privately, away from cameras and media negotiations. Because to Meghan, according to royal gossip, Anne has always represented the exact royal mentality she never trusted. Duty first, feeling second, monarchy above personal narrative. But the most explosive part of all may be this. Multiple whispers now suggest Anne allegedly warned Harry that if he waits too long to repair even fragments of family trust, he risks becoming permanently stranded between two identities forever. No longer fully royal, never fully Hollywood, a prince without a kingdom and a celebrity without stable public affection. And insiders claim that sentence reportedly stayed with Harry long after the call ended, because suddenly his recent behavior makes eerie sense. The distant body language, the solo appearances, the emotional heaviness people keep noticing around him. Even the way Meghan's increasingly polished online image contrasts with Harry's exhausted public energy. It feels less like a united couple fighting the world together and more like two people emotionally moving in completely different directions while pretending the distance between them does not exist.